Hey guys, today we're going to be auditing this awesome brand. The name of the brand is Chomps, and what caught my eye about them is that they clearly love and care about their brand, their products, and their customers. People love what they're doing, and I love amplifying great brands and helping them get even better on Amazon. Now, here's a rundown on this brand. They're selling grass-fed or free-range meat sticks in a variety of flavors. Their branding is bright and vibrant, and they seem to ooze fun and excitement. Their products are extremely well reviewed on Amazon and seem to be selling really well. I spent some time analyzing their Amazon presence and their website, and it looks like the messaging angles they use are focused on the fact that these are sugar-free snacks that are high in protein and low in calories compared to things like protein bars or granola bars. Now, that's not to mention the fact that the meat is free range or grass-fed, depending on what we're looking at. So how could they improve on Amazon? Let's take a look. One of the first things that I noticed is that they aren't consistent enough. As I bounced around and reviewed their listings, some of them were better than others. They get the messaging right in some places, but then in other places, the listings are neglected. Now, don't get me wrong, the branding is very consistent throughout, but the messaging isn't. Take, for example, this listing with their turkey flavors. On the original, you see messages like this one, where it says, "Fuel your workout." But if we jump over to the jalapeno flavor, we get a comparison chart and a stock up your pantry image. Now, I'm not saying that having different messaging priorities for different products isn't allowed. In fact, I encourage it. But in this case, it feels more like something unintentional rather than something intentional. Now, if I had to guess, I would say that this brand is repurposing some content from other places, different times, different marketing campaigns, and so on, and that's why it seems just a little bit disjointed. One really startling thing that jumps out to me is what's missing from their listings. Remember, their big unique selling proposition is that the products are made from grass-fed and free-range meat. But that's not obvious at all when you're looking at their listings. Sure, you can hunt around and figure it out, but man, I want to see that right up front and center in big, bold font. Instead, what they've done is presented their nutrition label in image number 2. Now, the second image slot is the most important image slot. It's the first, and in some cases, the last opportunity to prevent the customer from bouncing and going somewhere else. The second image slot is where you need to bring out your big guns and give the customer a compelling reason to stick around for a minute. Now, I'll concede that one of the other big selling points for this brand is the low calorie count compared to other snack options, and it's true that the nutrition label does demonstrate the calorie count. But just like earlier, it feels unintentional. And besides, why would you let your customer try and figure out what you're trying to say? Just say it. In my opinion, there's a valid contender as far as messaging goes for that second image slot, and then it's an image like this, their fourth image, which spells it out in detail what we want the customer to know about the nutrition label. Then, after they put the image I just described in slot number 2, they can take the nutrition label and kick it all the way down to image slot number 8. Now, real quick before we go on, if you learned something interesting from this video so far, please consider liking and subscribing. At the time of this recording, we're a new YouTube channel, and every subscriber really does help us out. All right, let's jump back into the Chomps audit. Next, I want to draw your attention to the fact that this is a food product. It's a snack, and it's a snack you're buying on the internet. Now, as someone who's not familiar with Chomps, I've got a big burning question, and can you guess what it is? I'll give you a second to think about it. The question is, what does this taste like? Now, of course, I'm going to make some assumptions. I know what meat sticks taste like generally. I can guess what their pepperoni variety is going to be like, or their jalapeno flavor. But if, as the customer, I'm guessing, then I guess that your meat sticks taste like all the other ones I've had, and in that case, why are Chomps special? Why do I need to buy yours? So instead of leaving it up to the customer to guess what it tastes like, why not help them out? And here's the thing, I don't even really recommend that you make this up yourself. A better option may be to dive into the reviews and pull out some authentic customer descriptions of the flavor, like this one, where the customer is describing the flavor of the jalapeno as well as the texture. And speaking of reviews, once you start diving into them, there is a ton of interesting takeaways about the brand and how people are engaging with it. Scanning the reviews, here are some of the themes that kept coming up. Flavor. People love to talk about how delicious Chomps are. It usually comes up along with the fact that it's got a sugar-free label. Customers are really pleased that it's 0 sugar and that it tastes great. The next one is texture. Lots of bad experiences with the texture of other brands. Chomps customers are sure to mention the great texture of Chomps. And the next theme is use cases. Folks love talking about how they're using Chomps in their desk drawer at work, in a kid's lunch pail, and so on. And there's even more than that as far as themes go. Each of these themes are great messaging opportunities to include in the gallery images and the A+ content. So if I were to redo the Chomps gallery images, here are just some of the changes that I would make. First, I would update the second and third images. I would make one about the free range meat and the other about the low calorie count compared to competitors. Then I would split test to find out which one got me a better conversion rate. Second, I would describe the flavor of each variety using a mixture of in-house copywriting and supporting reviews found on Amazon. Third, I would boot the nutrition label to the bottom. It's required by Amazon that we have a nutrition label, but we don't have to suck up valuable real estate at the top of the image order. Fourth, give people an idea on where to use the snack, at work, at lunch, on the road, and so on. I would probably drop an image like this in around slot 5 or 6. Fifth, emphasize the fringe benefits, like the clean label or the fact that it's low carb and keto friendly. And sixth, use all 8 image slots. Now, Amazon gives you at least 8 image slots, but I've observed that Chomp only uses an average of 4. Now, this is a wasted opportunity to overcome more objections. All right, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. I can only spend so much time talking about tasty meat snacks before I start to lose focus, so I'm gonna go buy myself some Chomps. What you should do is head over to amzbrandaudit.com if you would like me to personally audit your brand and then meet with you to discuss the findings. Do me a favor and drop a comment below to let me know if I missed anything in this audit, and I'll make sure to reply. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and head to amzbrandaudit.com to get your free brand audit.